for me, which I'm very happy about. His time is 6 to 8 minutes, title of the Kentucky Derby Experience, and his evaluator is our lovely Carol Newhouse.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Bruce's objectives are to learn the elements of a good story, to create and tell an original story based on a personal experience. 6 to 8 minutes.
Wonderful, thank you. Bruce has been around horses a lot, correct? Yes. One of the events to attend on a bucket list for a horse lover would be the Kentucky Derby. Being that his wife is from Louisville, Kentucky, and her mother attended the Kentucky Derby, in which Secretariat, correct, who is also a pop culture icon, there was a movie about it, ran a track record of 59.4 minutes in 1973. Did I say that correctly?
1 minute, 59 seconds.
59 seconds, excuse me, 59 seconds, .4 in 1973, which still stands today. It's crazy. They did not want a repeat where her mom did not even see a horse. They attended the Derby this year and did see a lot of horses, people, and had a wonderful experience. Bruce, I'll take your hand in a minute.
The Kentucky Derby is definitely not a craze. This year, 142nd Kentucky Derby was held in Louisville, Kentucky at the Churchill Downs racetrack. The distance of the Kentucky Derby is 1.25 miles. The record is 1 minute, 59 seconds, and 0.2 of a second, held by Secretariat in 1973. It's a 3-year-old race. The jockeys for a colt or gelding are 126 pounds. For a filly, 121 pounds. And the important thing here, the purse, $2 million. Shared among the top 5 finishers. And first place gets $1.425 million. That's a lot of money. It's known as the Run for the Roses, the most exciting 2 minutes in sports, the fastest 2 minutes in sports, and the winner receives a blanket of roses in addition to the money. To help give you a concept of the type of money around, this is the airport as we came in to Louisville, Kentucky, 2 days before the Derby. They had a parking problem. When the Derby was actually run, 432 private aircraft were located somewhere by then on the taxiways of Louisville, Kentucky. There's the bed of roses. And if you look here in the center, this is actually a trophy from the Kentucky Derby Museum. And over to the left-hand side of the gentleman is a very nervous guard, because it's a real one. You can see up here in the corner, they enlisted the armed forces to bring the blanket of roses for display. Here in the center is the paddock. This is going to the racetrack. That's important. And if you've ever heard about the Kentucky Derby, the most important things are the hats. This young lady, she could move a few steps before another individual wanted to take a picture of her hat. Different kinds of hats all over the place. These are some of the more official hats. And if you've ever watched the Kentucky Derby, the commentators are up here, and Johnny, he had a hat that was a bed of roses that ran down the back of his back. Along with other things of Kentucky Derby, Kentucky is known for bourbon. So they promote a bourbon beverage called the mint julep. It's bourbon, a little bit of mint, and some sugar syrup. Not the greatest of beverages, but everybody wants to buy it because you get a cup that you can take home as a souvenir. This is my daughter and her boyfriend. The steps lead up to where the jockeys come down, and you can watch the jockeys. This is the side that we were on, watching the majority of the events running up to the Derby. The races for the Derby start at 10 a.m. in the morning, and they go to when the Derby runs about 6:30, and there's a couple more races afterwards. This is where they parade the horses through. But we had a little problem about the 12th race. It got a little bit wet. So we had to run for cover. We ran for cover, and then we dried out underneath cover, and we walked in to see what the racetrack looked like from the grandstands. And with that, we decided to stay a while. Because we did not want to go back out, because we would have to go back down to the paddock area and just see the horses. We wouldn't see them run. We had a little bit of a helper, because if you look here, right here, in this very light colored spot here in the picture, that's the finish line. So we were able to see the event that's not a craze, the Kentucky Derby, at the finish line from the distance from here to the credit union across the street to watch the Kentucky Derby. There's the Derby horses starting to come out, to line up. And what we did is we learned a lot from this experience. 167,000 people, more people than the Super Bowl. Didn't feel like it. General admission tickets, they get you in the door. You need to do better. It's better to get a seat, because the infield, I read, it is a huge frat party. It's unbelievable the amount of beverages that are consumed in the infield. The paddock area, you get to see the horses, the owners, and the people. Tickets, you can buy them already for next year. But make sure you have a place to sleep. Because it was a wonderful, enjoyable thing, and definitely not a craze that we want to go back and visit yet again.
Thank you.